There it goes. I just had forgotten to press like OK or something. Kelly. Yes, Kelly. How you doing, man? Is that you? Oh yeah, of course. How's your ankle, buddy? Jesus. What is your job that you're out there doing that? Are you a, I don't know what they would call that, a loader or something? But damn, that sounds dangerous. And shoot, I hope you have it all covered by insurance and everything. Okay, good. All that's running. All right. What was I saying? Let's get back to that. But one more thing. I just want to double check momentum stocks right now. Hold on. MOLN, BBLG, RVPH, and ISIG. Yep, that's still what's mainly on the radar. And APR, and that was a acquisition. Tilray at 13%. Marijuana stocks, I guess, on good earnings. All right, I'll put that right here. Yeah, that's kind of a nice stair-stepping going on there. Volatility is increasing, though. Type that in. Now, what was I saying? Value, yeah. So, like, you can rotate out of full SPY or SPY G, SPYG, and into SPYV. I mean, it's like, boom, simple. All of a sudden, now you're, protected. It's not that value stocks don't drop during either corrections, pullbacks, or crashes, but it's just that their values are baked in already so much that the multiples they drop are far less than growth. It's about like a third. Like growth tends to be a third way off into the ether, 3 times more way off into the ether than value stocks. So, during times like this, you can, check out SPY V, just be in that in your portfolio if you want to be in something or pick a low. I'm going to say another thing you can do is you can go into SPY V and look at the composition, that ETF. Look at what tickers, underlying symbols it's in buy weightings. So that can get you some ideas of what to do during market chop periods like this. And then just let growth just crash correct as much as it needs to crash correct, and then pick up the growth at the bottom. There's SPY G. There's SPY V. SPY V doesn't move as much as SPY G. You're not going to get as much return out of value as you are out of growth. But what you do get is much more capital preservation during rough periods like this. So if you're looking how to manage your portfolio a little better. All right, let's see. I'm not sure, Mike. I'll check it out in a second. So the VIX has risen to 21.2, and contrary to how everyone was putting their hedges on Friday, so I think this got everybody caught with their shorts down this morning because on Friday the momentum was moving towards taking hedges off, and now hedges are going to need to be put on, and I think that's probably what we're going to start to see in the market is the VIX rise even more today, maybe to 23, 24. That doesn't necessarily mean that's a trade, though. So, be careful. Bitcoin futures hitting about 40,000 right now. Ethereum 3,000 futures. So the crypto market's also following suit. And although I don't see gold rising, rates are rising. So where's all this money being put? Is it into the U.S. dollar? Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar. Is the U.S. dollar bullish at the moment? No, not at all. It's quite choppy and quite toppy. So, it's good to look and try and figure out where's the money flows going. Everyone's liquidating positions, but where are they putting it? And so we're not really seeing too much of a rise in growth, that's for sure. Growth is falling, and crypto, for sure, that's falling. Value staying about the same, so it could be value. But the other one I wanted to say is that let's take a look at the Dow. Yeah, the Dow is doing much better. So, rotation out of all the growth and going into industrials and financials seems to be where it's at. Financials, let's take a look at just financials chart. Yeah, financials is in an uptrend breaking out. Like while everything else is pulling back, financials are in an uptrend and breaking out. I think on Friday we put on a trade on Bank of America. I'm sure that's probably going to be doing well. So I think that's where we need to look, analyzing the market right now. That's what it looks like. Is you need to be putting your money into, like, instead of gold or stores of value in the meantime, since everything's deflating and because of inflation, and also commodities, by the way, financials, industrials, base materials, and energy. If we take a look at energy, let's see how it's doing. Energy just flying out, leading the way. Energy, like, you should just be cutting everything and putting your money, in as far as your macro portfolios go, or your longer term portfolios, medium term portfolios. You should be rotating into energy, base materials, financials, and industrials. XLI, XLF, XLB, and XLE. Those are the 4 ETFs you can just put into until this rotation is over. Inflation is over. I mean, these are all going to be activated by inflation. And right now, they're in a mega uptrend. Like, they're having the time of their lives, while, the rest of the market is pulling back. So if you want to know where the money is right now, that seems to be where it's at. Short-term trade-wise, you can never know. So for like 1 or 2 days, what I just said doesn't necessarily apply, but for weeks and maybe months, that's the current trend. So if you're looking for quick money, who knows? You're going to have to be looking at charts and figuring out where the momentum is there. All right, good morning, everybody on TikTok. How's it going? If you'd like to check out more about our trading community, just go to primetimetradinggroup.com. Primetimetradinggroup.com. All right. So that's the situation right now in the market. It wants to pull back, and we're going to have to see where it bounces. I'm thinking 461 on SPY, but it could get worse. Could be surprised. It certainly has room, pivot-wise, to get all the way back to 451 and not break. If it has enough breathing room to go all the way back to 451 and then go on its merry way and continue nicely after that, and it would not have broken pivot or trend. We would still be in an uptrend on the market. So that just goes to show how much range there can be in these markets. And also, by the way, we've talked about this before in VIX class or volatility class, is the markets correct fast. The markets and stocks, they go down fast, but they go up slowly. So you'll get that effect of making 4 or 5 days of progress and then erasing it all in one day. So you have to be 5 times more defensive than you are offensive in the stock market. You have to be 5 times more defensive. You have to be quick about cutting losses, very, very quick, very, very quick. And then when things are running, you have to let them run. And be very careful about letting them run and don't cut them too soon. And there goes SPY breaking down, breaking pre-market low right now. If we could short it using options right now, that'd be the idea. But there's the options don't start trading for another 11 minutes when the market opens. When the market opens, that's going to be the play across the board. Is you need to find shorts and you need to short what you can if this is going to continue. However, if it turns around, just give it 5 minutes at the open to find out. But if it turns around, then today's just going to be probably a ranging day from the low that it established pre-market to the high of where it closed previously. And then it'll just range back and forth because that creates a mixed expectation for buyers, and so market manipulators will easily be able to take your money. It looks like, oh, all hell's broken loose. Let's short the market. So you get in and then it goes down a blip, but then boom, it starts to come right back up and go all the way up. By the time it gets near the top or halfway up, everyone says, ooh, let's go long. It looks like that was the bottom. And then the market reverses and it starts to go down back to the bottom. Gets near the bottom, does a little fake out. Everybody gets in because they think, oh, here we go. We're going down. Turns right back around, goes right back to the top of the range, and everyone's got whiplash. So you got to be careful on days like today, but you kind of got to take the risk every time. I'm just saying, be more defensive than offensive in your plays on days like this, and certainly on the stock market in a whole. But I'm saying on days like this, you should try. You should try. You should try and make the trades and just be ready. Have your stops tight. Yeah, Jay says, common trap. It's a trap. Cut losses quick, let runners run, says Carl Carnes. Been doing it the opposite until I met you. Thanks, Carl. I know it's crazy. It can be crazy, but yeah, what a difference, right? If you're losing, 5 times more than you win, it's time to reverse the system. Cut quick, cut quick. Hey, this is the funny thing. When we get into a stock trade, we're getting in so it will go up, right? If we're going long, 90% of us get into the stock trade thinking, okay, this is the moment. I'm getting in, and my thesis is it goes up. So what happens is it starts going down, and you're holding. And you start holding, and you're waiting for it to go up, and it keeps going down. Really, if it didn't go up, if it didn't match your thesis, just cut. People are so afraid to take a loss. What they don't realize is they already lost the money. It's already flown and gone. So if it didn't go in your direction, cut it right away. Just get out. We have our resident trader, Track Dolph, members know, Track Dolph. You'll often see him post his winnings, and it might be like $250,000. What you don't realize for the day is that he took 5 trades before that that were false starts, and he got out really quick. He lost $11,000 on one, getting in, and it wasn't the right time. $45,000 on another, $30,000 on another, $27,000 on another one, and $72,000 on another one. Are those all smaller than $250,000? Yeah, they are. They're him getting out quickly 5 times, because 5 times out of 6, it wasn't the right time. You can't sit there and let your account draw down to infinity and you get wiped out or get a margin call or get forced your account closed when you're in the middle of a trade. You have to cut it if it's not going in your direction, and cut fast. When it's going in your direction, then you just let it run. Easy. The hard part is cutting your losses. That's the biggest, number one hard part. All right. Somebody asks, what's the move today, big boy? No bag holders this way. Yeah, bag holding doesn't work, even when it does. You might think it does because you get your money back in a year or 2 years because you've been bag holding. But what you don't realize is that you lost all that time to compound the growth of that same money. And you could have been at or beyond the where you finally ended up in a year or two because you were just sitting on that money. You can't let your money sit. You can't let your money sit. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to the open. We are watching more carefully RVPH and ISIG. They're a little bit hot this morning. Seeing what's going on. Hey, good morning, Atsa. If you guys are interested in checking out our trading community out there, that's primetimetradinggroup.com. Primetimetradinggroup.com. The market's going to open in 7 minutes. What's the deal with Tilray? Yeah, it looks like Tilray had good earnings. Went from about 6.5. It's now about 7.5. Actually, it's pulled back to about 7. So it's pulled back half, and we'll be watching it. However, the way the market is today, it might be more idyllic to try to get shorts or puts. Yep. Jamal says, your money should be working, not rotting. And yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, but it's hard for people to understand that. That wouldn't change anyone's opinion, if you told them that. Your money should be working, not rotting, and they're sitting on bags, right? They're not going to go, oh shit, yeah, I gotta cut that. They really need to have the mathematical realization and understanding that even if they get their money back, and by the way, most people exit their trade when that happens at break even. They don't even profit. They're just happy to get their money back. So in a year, they get their money back. But if, let's say that was $10,000 where they started and it's $1,000 where it's sitting, and then it takes a year to get back to $10,000. If they had just been using that $1,000, rotating it that whole year, they might be at $25,000, $30,000 at that same moment. Well, maybe Ford will start to correct now. That will remain to be seen. Let's see what happens today. It's acting pretty resilient. Ford is it's nearly a utility. Ford is such a long-standing auto manufacturer that it still has value. Now it's popping as a growth company, a new growth company, similar to how GE has been popping, just because they're reworking, their entire product base to match the future. And so that's working. That's working for Ford. I think Ford is going to see the results. I think Ford's going to hit, 60 in a couple months. That's funny, Daniel. Mike says, my New Year's resolution is to get rid of FOMO. Getting in too late was a killer last year. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Those two things, cutting your losses early, mitigating your losses, and not getting in after the move has already happened. You don't know if the move is over yet, of course. That's why you think getting in could work out. That's what FOMO is. But I think what FOMO is naivety. It's more naivety because FOMO says, oh my God, I better get on this. And then you got to ask yourself, why? Why do I have to get on this? And then I think in the beginner's mind, it's because holy shit, well, guess what? Tomorrow, holy shit. And the next day, holy shit. There's a holy shit every day. So, yeah, it's just about performance. It's a level people get to where you finally are starting to get concerned about the level of risks you're taking. It's really about that. NVIDIA, somebody wants to look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's topped out quite a bit. And broken pivots once, and it could break. Yeah, it's opening below pivot today. So it's broken pivots twice. So it's in a 6-point confirmed downtrend. That's an ultra confirmed downtrend. It's not just 4, but 6 points. So NVIDIA is short until it gets back to like 230 or until this market turns around. You just open up that risk. You just go, okay, NVIDIA short, and you just open that up until the market turns around. All right, 1 minute and 30 seconds until the market opens. Somebody said they just left a holy shit. Can you look at ESSA with wish everyone the best luck? All right. Pricks Blem is about not having enough experience to predict the holy shit. You react to it instead. What is Pricks Blem, Ram? Fix that. I don't know what that was. Wisdom. Maybe it's what you're trying to say. Pricks Blem. Wisdom. Problem? Prixblem. Problem. There we go. I love it. All right, 55 seconds until the market opens. Mike says, I've already saved money by not jumping in too late and just watching it tank where I normally would have gotten in too late because I had a huge pop and I missed it. No, I don't ever watch Invest Answers YouTube with James. What is your opinion on that? No, I don't. But I'm sure it's great. Anybody with more experience than you, listen to them. Stop listening to yourself. You don't know shit. Okay, 20 seconds until the market opens. None of us know shit compared to people who know more than us, and you gotta always be humble enough to accept that. People who have more experience know more than you. It's not about smarts. Here we go. All right, watching RVPH. I want to get that on the breakout monitor here. All right, if RVPH breaks 3.7, that can be a trade for about 30 cents of risk. Over on ISIG, we're watching that. We needed to get above 27. If it can get above 27, it'll be above WAP, but it needs to close above it. Yeah, that is the Corsair keyboard, I think. Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Yeah, it is. Love it. I don't know why it's not rotating color. It usually does. All right, but let's focus on the market. Corsair keyboard doesn't matter. Wow, market opening so low that it would seem that it's got to go up first and just test that. Like double check that this is not, there's not a bunch of value to scoop up. However, no, it does seem to be that the market broadly is selling off. Futures on Bitcoin just hit 39,000. What? Did I just hear Baba? No. Yes, Baba's popping? That sounds crazy. Jesus. It's like the anti market. No, Baba's falling now. Okay. Like I said, you're not going to see this uptrend broken on SPY until SPY breaks 451. So no, this is not a crash. I mean, we don't know that yet. but it could be a correction, a deep correction. We've had one, two. We've experienced three of them in the last quarter. In the last 4 or 5 months, we've experienced three, medium corrections. And that is what's happening right now. We're getting a pullback. It's a light correction. This is a light correction. It might feel heavy to you, but it's light. All right, there. You might want to experiment with SPY shorts. Lucid popping way up right now. Lucid wants to continue to run. Crazy enough. RVPH crapping out. And ISIG can't get it up. Can't get it up. BBLG kind of happening. I'm going to put that on the high-speed setup monitor. And it's halting right now. BBLG, boom, halted. All right, so there's one that's got some momentum to the upside. BBLG. This is a breakout level for Lucid that I've been chasing. And should Lucid close up today in any way whatsoever, that'd be a positive for Lucid. So be watching Lucid. If it just even hangs out at this level and stays green all day, that'd be an entry for a swing trade at market close. Tesla dropping, Amazon dropping, Apple being resilient. The whole market pretty much dropping. So if you want to short SPY, or where it seems to be coming from is the Qs, QQQ. If you want to short Qs, go there. I don't think VIX should be your play. VIX is probably going to go up, yes, but I mean not as much as SPY is going to go down, or the Qs are going to go down. All right, we're 5 minutes into the market, so this is it. This is whatever direction anything goes in from here, you got to trust it. If it goes down, that's probably what we're going to be doing for the next 45 minutes, down. Or whatever it is you're on. If it's VIX and it's going up, in that direction. Crazy enough, just because I've sized my risk properly on my trades and all my swing trades, crazily enough, I'm up today. So that's the power of making sure you don't risk too much on your trades. We use the 1% rule. Well, Jamal, you can never know. It's a lot safer to grab it in the 15s. I would have, anything below 15 would have been 100% green signal to go on VIX. Anything below 16, 50%. You could be averaging in. Like you could say, hey, I'm gonna get some VIX under 16. I'm gonna get some VIX under 17. I'm gonna get some VIX under 15. So you can have a couple of them. Yeah. But you have to have kind of a plan to make it a pyramid, so when it pulls back, when it gets underneath 15 and gets into the 14s, you can buy 10. Buy like 1 in the 16s, 2 or 3 in the 15s, and then just, all out in the 14s. But yeah, VIX is now 21.5. Well, yeah, Jamal. That's what everyone. That's the next thing that's supposed to happen is raising rates. But contrary to what most people's natural reaction to raising rates is, if you go back and look in history, every time the Fed has raised rates, the market has gone up with it. That's because it has a lot of corrective behavior on the economy when you raise rates. But I mean, obviously, the market is going to crash and inflation is going to be runaway, just like Venezuela, if we continue to approach this economy like a socialist or communist state. We've got to stop paying people not to be productive. And once we can get off of the welfare nipple, then we'll be back to a productive society, and we'll have growth again. And I don't know when that's coming. They need to stop everything. So hopefully it's coming in a couple of months, maybe this summer. So I'm watching BBLG, and its bid ask spread. It did pop and then halt back there, and it's out of the halt. But now the way it's trading is very odd and peculiar. It's kind of barcoding, which is strange. It's acting like a buyout for $4.50. You guys over on TikTok, if you'd like to check out our trading community, it's at primetimetradinggroup.com. Primetimetradinggroup.com. Tilray just broke out a 750. You can get in for 50 cents of risk if you can make it. Tilray, TLRY. And IMMX is halted, says Chris. Let's go take a look at that. Okay. IMMX halted up 70 cents. And IMMX has just resumed trading. It's pulling back. If you can break past 615, you can get in for 25 cents of risk. Should be all right. Stop at 6. Here it's going. IMMX is trying. Up, it's pulling back. But if we break past 6.25 now, you can get in for 35 cents of risk. That's currently the scenario on IMMX. That's trading a lot hotter than anything else. All right, IMMX now potentially coming up to break 6.25, and if it does, you can get in for about 40 cents of risk. Stop at 5.9. Yep, with orders ready, you could have had the Tilray breakout order all set up. Stop buy order. The stop buy order would have been at 7.51. Stop buy market order. The only thing that's unknown is what would have been your risk. Risk sometimes goes down depending on how the stock is trading and the pivot points it's putting in before it breaks out. It looks like Lucid is going to try and run green today. Industrials, financials, energy, and base materials all down a little bit at the open. So this could be a good time for you to average in a little bit if that's if you're interested in playing that macro play. First thing I'm going to do before I get Lucid off my screen is check out the chain. And the way it trades, I'd be interested in perhaps 1 month of time. I'm looking at the February option chain on Lucid. $35 strike too wide of a bid-ask spread. 38 strike much better and still deep enough. All right, putting in a order at the mid on Lucid. 38 strike February 22 was monthly. I'm not going to alert that in the group until end of day if it follows through, but I've got an order to get in early, and there it is. So now let's take a look at what was I saying? XLF. Okay, yeah, pullback day on XLF. When to get in will be when it breaks the path of victory. That's the technique you can use there on that. Let's take a look. Let's watch it for the path of victory. How do you know when to get in? Path of victory reversal. SPY continuing to break down. Get your SPY puts on today. The materials ETF is XLB. But I do want to forewarn you that the options on XLB are pretty thin, pretty thinly traded compared to XLF, XLI, and XLE. What trading strategy do I use? I use a lot of different trading strategies. Many of them are, you can learn them in my Market Mastery. So just go to the following link, learn the strategies. Yeah, XLB, XLE, XLI, and you missed XLF for financials. You know, if rates are going to get hiked, banks are going to do well. Banks always do well. Barbecue Bob says Deer is breaking out. That's over in industrials. Oh, not quite, but it certainly has been for the last week and a half. He seems like someone we can trust. His name's Barbecue Bob, so you know you can trust a guy named Barbecue Bob, just like Mac Kowalski. Kowaleski. Oh, I'm sure Neo will flush here. Yeah, that's a growth stock. BBLG, you mean? BBLG is halted right when I took it off my screen. All right. It's not halted at the moment, so BBLG, but it sure is trading funny. Tilray running now. Did anybody get into Tilray just now, today for the day trade? All right, Brutus is in. All right, so you got to remember in a $7 stock to take profits underneath every 25-cent level. Anybody have the tiering? I think we haven't pasted the tiering for quite a while. You can trust me, a wannabe vegan. Yeah, that's funny. Got a little? Great. All right. So take profits, 5 to 20% underneath every 25-cent level. We just blasted through 775, so that will be one first profit level. And then coming up under 8 would be the next. So they're all correcting. XLB, XLI, XLF. They're all joining the correcting parade. VIX is now almost to 22. Anthony just posted the tiering if you want to copy and paste that to your notebooks. So you know where to take profits underneath what levels, depending on the stock price that you are momentum trading, day trading. I use TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. SPY puts paying off. SPY continuing to make new lows. All right, good. Yeah, Drew says that Elliott alerted Tesla puts. Everybody's banking. I think it just reversed, so I'm not suggesting that. That's not a trade I'm seeing as super delicious, but I sure am seeing SPY, the Qs, and the Dow as being nice puts. There goes BBLG, halting to the upside, 557. So the insanity never stops on BBLG. If any of you are taking that risk, congratulations. That certainly is running. Trading very strange on somewhat relatively light volume. All right, halting at 557, just about halted. Last chance to get in. 557, BBLG halting to the upside and halted. There you go. Okay, Drew. Well, yeah, it's just timing. Indicating to open almost at $6 on BBLG. Anybody get in BBLG? Well, yeah, we had 2 opportunities on BBLG, but it is trading pretty sketchy. Everybody who's watching on TikTok, if you'd like to learn more about our trading community, just go to primetimetradinggroup.com. And everybody click like on your TikTok right now if you're enjoying the stream. Just like a rapid. We are trading the stock market, and we are shorting it, making money off of the stock market going down. So if you'd like to learn how to make money off of the stock market going down, we can show you how. We'll get you set on that journey. So just because the stock market's going down doesn't mean you can't make money. You absolutely can. All right, look at all those likes. Brrr, come on. All right, if anybody wants me to take a look at a stock out there on TikTok land, let me know. Happy to do a quick chart analysis for you. AMD, yes. Good one. AMD. It's been in an uptrend. Last 2 days kind of broke pivot, and it is now a little bit in a downtrend. So I'd be waiting for that to turn around sometime in the next few months. Shopify, that's definitely a good one. Yeah, nice pick. Fully topped out recently and has reversed to the downside. Maybe it will find support around here in the thousands and be a good entry and a bounce. What else you got? Nvidia again. All right. Yeah, Nvidia also same thing. It's topped out recently. It's broken down pivot today, and you may want to wait a little bit on that. But you can always get shorts on that. You can get some puts, medium term, and make some money off of it riding down for the next few weeks. Ford, excellent. Yes. Ford making good progress and actually holding well during this market pullback. So Ford acting with a lot of relative strength, looking very solid. Verizon. Verizon is a utility stock, so it just goes sideways over the years. You're going to see in the chart here, this is the last 5 years of Verizon. If you had invested in Verizon in 2016, you would still have the same exact amount of money today. It hasn't changed price in 5 years. However, it does give you a 4.7% dividend. So that's the good side. Apple, yeah. Apple showing a lot of relative strength in this market. In fact, I can just click this here and see this green stuff right here. That's absolute relative strength as compared to the market. So Apple acting very strong in comparison to the market, and right now it's pulled back to a support level. So at 168 in this level in here, this could be a good time to get into Apple for its run to 200, which it seems to definitely be wanting to do. Kroger, that's a good one. Yeah. Kroger. Oh God, just outstanding. Outstanding on Kroger. Today, yeah, is a breakout day on Kroger. Looking good. It's worth potentially getting in, and you might get a double of this rally. So it went from 44 to 48, 49. So therefore, maybe it's going to get up to about 53, 54 before this rally ends. And I think you could probably still get some good options pricing on it. Cloudflare, that is a net, yes. Cloudflare now in a downtrend. Been in a downtrend technically since November. So I do not know where that bottom will be, but it's probably going to be around 80. Right now it's at 103. You wouldn't want to buy at the bottom in a downtrend unless you were getting a breakdown, but that already happened. So you might want to wait for a pullback. Pullbacks go up in downtrends. So a pullback would be up in a downtrend. You want to wait for a pullback to a resistance level and then short at that resistance level and hold Cloudflare net short. Yeah. SoFi, good one. SoFi, still going sideways, has not really ever taken off. Continues to break lows overall and put in lower highs as well. Bit of a downtrend, so it's still waiting to find its bottom. At some point, it will, but for now, it still has not found its bottom. I think, did we not just look at Palantir? Palantir, is going to the ground. I might buy Palantir at like $10 or $8, but here at 15, no. But for ages, I've been saying, I'll buy it at $12. I'll probably be happy there, but I'll have to cost average in around 10 or 8 as well if it gets that low. This entire region of it being in the 40s and the 30s, way overvalued. SPY continuing to break down. Make sure you're in SPY puts. That's the outstanding play of the day. Coke, yeah, value breaking out. Offers also a 2.75% dividend. ChargePoint, Airbnb still sideways, trying to find its bottom. It's in a downtrend for the last few months, so it's going to have to find its bottom and turn around. And that cycle previously has taken about 8 months, and it's only a couple months into that. So it might not be until May or June before Airbnb turns around. big for a swing. Okay, let's see. No, that one's in a downtrend and staying in a downtrend. Maybe you can short it, but I wouldn't short anything that isn't pulled back to a great entry level or isn't at a pivot breakdown level. No, somebody asked me, you don't think SPY calls would be a good decision right now? No, especially not for a beginner, not for a beginner trader. You're talking about contrarian trading, and you really got to know what you're doing to do that. Yeah, counter trend trading. I don't recommend that for you. Is Snap at a good buy point? Let's see. No, it's in quite the downtrend. And what makes you think Snap's going to do any good at all in the future? Let me hear your thesis on that. All right, the market dropping more. Like I said, it can get all the way down to 451 and still not have broken pivot. It's got a lot of breathing room. 1,000 on Square. Let's take a look at Square then for you. Yeah, Square is tanking really surprisingly, really strong, extreme relative weakness. And it's been happening ever since this earnings report. So there's a lot of worrisome future outlook on Square. Too late to enter SPY puts? It depends. For 10 minutes, for an hour, for the day, for the week, for a swing trade. It's impossible to answer for sure. But there could be opportunity there still for sure. I think one of the things you need to train yourself in is anytime you ask if it's too late to get into something, it is. You just don't do it. Well, everything is down across the board right now. I'm even waiting for XLF to bottom, and it's not. XLI, industrials, nothing's bottoming. This is a broad market sell-off. There's a lot of converting to cash right now. Yeah, PayPal continuing to break down. I'm going to exit the HBQ position. There's going to be just a lot of exiting of swings and positions today, and a lot of entering of shorts. Dollar General, let's take a look. Yeah, Dollar General is doing great today. Relative strength, huge, massive, massive relative strength today. Super strong in the face of the market. So I would think that that's a good opportunity for a swing trade right there. DG, Dollar General. Ah, is that right? Wow. How about that? So they what's the word? I want to say scalped, but when you take an employee from one company, I don't know why I can't remember the word right now. Poached, yeah, they poached the CEO. He's just dollar hopping. Richard Drowling. He left DG and went to Lowe's, and he's now at Dollar Tree. Wow. Yeah, look at the Dollar Tree chart. Let's see. Well, yeah. When did he start? I'm guessing October. Caterpillar. Yeah, that's a good one. Anybody interested in joining our trading community? Just go to the link that I'm pasting now. There you go. SPY bounced, and that happened to be exactly the average true range of SPY lately, $4.50. It bounced right off of the average range that SPY has been making per day. Bounced right off of it. Level 458.4, somewhere around there, 0.5. Where's DWAC at? Let's see. Right. DWAC's just still hanging around 50, DWAC's not moving. It's just still $50. GME, it does look to be dying, yeah. That was the last hurrah the other day. Because it's breaking pivots. So and it's wow. So if it does break below 116, no 120, that's basically where it's at right now. If Jimmy breaks 120 down, then it's easily going to return to about $45. Like easily. Break 120, which is where it's at right now. Easy return to $45. And boy, are people going to be crying mercy. I can hear those screams from here. Big pullback on REL. Okay, well, manage your positions. If you're supposed to cut. There goes SPY. SPY dropping more. Ford now giving back and falling more strongly. On our trade, let's take a look at that. I'd be worried if it breaks 23.30. on our trade. Even though we're supposed to follow the 20 moving average and let it breathe. In this market climate, you may wish to de-risk if it gets below 23.30. In all this, ACBI is having a good day. Yeah, Microsoft has broken trend. It's in a downtrend, 6-point confirmed downtrend. You'll need to wait for that to find bottom. It hasn't been below the 50 like this since October of 2020. So this is a very weak moment for Microsoft, and potentially a good moment to be watching it for adding to your investment portfolio. BBLG continuing to be a decent day trade. Keep on it. Yeah, I mean the SPY short should have happened within right after the 5-minute opening range box broke. I wasn't really on top of alerting it for everyone, but I already gave the information. So, you guys who are good traders should be able to take advantage of the information and opportunities. Hopefully you guys are all over SPY puts today. All right, you guys over on TikTok, make sure you go to the link in my profile in TikTok to come and check out our trading group. And I hope to see you tomorrow. That's it for this morning. I'll be in the group with y'all in the trading group. And let's stay on these opportunities. SPY short is so easy. Just like, you don't even have to look around the entire stock market. It's right there in front of you. SPY short. All right. Catch you in the trading group, everybody.